We will be programming the buttons on the keypad to recall scenes and adjust lighting levels. The scenes we are using were pre-built and are a good starting point for keypad programming. In Configure Pro, select the Actions mode. Since our keypad, in this example, is in the primary bedroom, we can expand it to expose the keypad we want to work with. This is the default layout applied to the keypad when we added it to the system. The layout we want for this keypad is different. Click on the layout icon to change the layout. There are two options here. We can learn the keypad layout, or we can manually select it. If we select the Learn Layout option, we will be warned that we are about to remove any engraving or labels on the keypad. Since we have none set up, we'll click Yes. We now need to tap each button on the keypad. Click the OK when complete. We now see the keyboard layout of the actual keypad. Alternately, we would have selected Choose Layout, where we would have to select the layout of each button. We will add labels to all of these buttons at this time. The labels will also be used for engravings if you choose. Click on the top button to select it, then click on the text icon below to edit the text for this button. Clicking on the font family will allow you to pick between the text, font, and icon font. Select button 1, line 1, and enter Good Morning. Notice we are entering in lowercase, and the button label is showing in uppercase. We want our text all on one line. Note, while this is not an option with this size button, there is the option to have 2 lines of text if the button layout allows for a taller button. We will add Good Night and Mood to the next 2 buttons in the same fashion. We want to get to the first rocker. We need to set the icons on either side and the center to the appropriate name. Click on the left side rocker button. Click on the text icon window. Change the font family to Icons. Select the down arrow. Select the right side rocker. Click the text icon below. Change the font family to Icons. Select the up arrow. Select the center position on the rocker and click the text icon. Enter Lights for the button 5, line 1 text. We'll repeat the same steps for the bottom rocker. This time the center position of the rocker will be set to volume. Now that all the buttons have engravings set, we can move on to programming them. Click on the Good Morning button. To the right, click the Mode drop-down to expose the various modes that we can assign to this button. We'll select Scene this time, as we want to recall the Good Morning scene we created previously. We have a lot more to look at now. We will start with Action Assignment. We see Primary Bedroom is selected. Since we want to use a scene that sets the lights in the primary bedroom, this is fine. You can change the assignment if you choose. On the right, we see we can select the functionality. We want the built-in functionality tab. Under Control, we want Always Recall Scene selected. Clicking on the down arrow will show the other options available. Feedback will indicate when the button feedback is activated. We are okay with the feedback going on when we reach the level of the scene. Clicking the down arrow will show the other options available as well. We can set the feedback color by clicking on the override switch. That will present us with a drop-down where we can select color. Feedback will enable or disable the button feedback. Dimming of lights will allow a press and hold of the button to dim the scene. When time of day is set, the system will use the time of day events to trigger the selected scene. We'll repeat the steps for the Goodnight button, selecting the primary bed Goodnight scene. We will use the same steps for the Mood button, using the primary bed Mood scene. This brings us to the first toggle button. Click on the down arrow button. For Mode, select Lighting Lower. From here, we can enable or disable feedback under the Controls section. We need to select the dimmer we want to control. In this case, there is only one dimmer in the system. Select it. Click on the up arrow. Select Lighting Rays, then select the dimmer to adjust. We will cover the volume buttons in a later video. This concludes the programming of a keypad in Configure Pro.